Hello, this is Christy at My Artful Adventures, and this is where we stretch our creativity and use it to make new things with new ideas, use old ideas and expand on them, and make it easy to make some good fun things along the way. So today we are going to make something with some little wooden blocks, and we're going to make a cute little decor item out of a few of them. So shall we get started? I got these at Hobby Lobby. It was just a little package. These are 1.5 inches across, or square. They're little square blocks. And they're kind of like the little alphabet blocks that you have for kids. Excuse me. This is um, this is Deco Art Americana paint, and this one is Tuscan Red. And I kind of like this color. It's not super bright, and I don't know. It's just a good, all around red color. And then just white. White is what we're going to be using. So let's get started. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take 4 of these. So I've got 2 extra ones, and that's what I'll come back and I'll show you something else, and I'll tell you in a minute what we're going to do with those. But let's do our project today. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these so that they say something, the 4 blocks. And so then if you turn them another way, they're going to say something else. And so I thought that would be a lot of fun to just have those. And I saw something that kind of reminded me of this the other day, and I thought, oh, that would be fun and pretty easy to make. Now, you can tell where these are cut across, like, one board, and it's a totally different grain across. Now, I'm only going to do 4 different little little things across here. You actually have 6 sides, and you could actually do, the other 2 sides and make 6 complete little things if you could figure out what you wanted to say with 4 of them. So let's get started. Now, the first one, I'm just going to put love, because what better for this month than, just love. That's a great word for our February. I'm just going to get a little water here, get my brush a little damp, and I'm just going to do it. I don't have these hand drawn, I don't have them. Now, something else that you could do, if you wanted to use your Cricut or Silhouette or something and cut these out of vinyl and put them on, you could totally do that. If you had some letters, the kind, like that you use for scrapbooks, some thickers or something, you could totally do it with that too. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to, I got a stray bristle there. I'm just going to paint them on. We'll see how this goes. Who knows? Wish me luck. So I'm just going to make an L. They're going to be kind of wonky, and that's okay. I don't even care. Oh, I may have had too much coffee for this project. Oh my goodness. Okay, got an L. Now my O. Oh, this could be tricky. So I'm just going to make my O. Gonna smooth it out. Well, you guys, you can see why I'm not a sign painter. I would never make it for painting signs. You know how people paint those signs in windows and stuff? This, I think I'll twist my brush kind of on the side. See how we get a line for that. I really got a glob of paint on this one. That's going to take a while to dry. But you get the idea. This would be just a lot of fun to sit around and then you can change it up. But it's kind of fun to have something kind of seasonal for your decor. Okay, now the beauty of this, they look handmade. If you're going for something handmade, there you go. If you hand paint them, they are going to look handmade. But you know, I wanted this to be a project to where somebody didn't have to feel like they had to have a, you know, some kind of an electronic cutting machine, because not everybody has one. Okay, so we got one and that says love. And those are wonky and fun. Okay, now we're going to turn it over. We're going to make our next word. Some of these aren't really, that's probably the only thing that really is a word. And then maybe on this one we just do an X. And turn these to get the back kind of smoothed off some, squared off a little. And we're going to do another O on here. You know, I only had 1 cup of coffee and I'm kind of shaky on this today. I had to hurry up and get out. Yesterday I called to make a grooming appointment for my little dog. And so they said 8, and I have to have special appointments for her so that I can just take her in and get her out, because otherwise she barks continuously while she's there. And so, you know, they don't like it. I don't like it. You know, it's just super annoying for everyone there. And so we go ahead and make this express appointment. So they told me, yeah, they could get her in today at 8 o'clock. And so I said, oh, okay, that'll work. And then by evening, I'm thinking, I don't know why in the world I did that if I was getting ready to, you know, I already told you guys I would be on here today at 10. So thought that was kind of crazy. So I had to jump up and get her over there. And usually I just stay in the parking lot so that as soon as they call and tell me that she's ready, then I can just pick her up. And I have to go in and pay. I used to try and pay before I even left, and that way when I got there I just had to go in and pick her up. But it, you know, with everybody having such limited hours, and you know, it's just so hard to get in and do that, because they don't even hardly let you in to take the dogs inside to do it. Okay, so there's our next. We got XOXO. Those look so messy. I'm looking at it in the view on my where I can see what the screen looks like, and that is super messy. But you're going to get the idea. And maybe you could trace these out. If I traced them out and just used a tiny paintbrush and painted in there, that would have been cute too. Okay, now, and the one thing is, these dry pretty quick. Now make sure that you've got your letters still all lined up so that as you turn your words, they're all going to go the right way. They're all going to be that one. I'm going to have to wait a second. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to put I heart us. So I'm just going to do an I. Now you could go ahead and put your little top and bottom on here if you wanted to. I think I'm just going to do that for now. And then this for a heart, I'm going to try this other brush. This is a Filbert, which has got this rounded tip to it. And I think that might be better for a heart. Get a little paint on here. Well, it's not too rounded. Okay. That brush actually seemed a little bit easier to work with. And then this one I'm going to make a U. I shouldn't have tried to put a little tail on it like a lowercase. Maybe I'll just try and make it bigger. And remember, if you mess up, it's just paint. And you could just go back over and with your red paint and redo it if you really mess up on your block. So don't be afraid to just make it your own. That one's still kind of wet. And this one is going to be an S. Okay, so we got those. Okay, and then let's turn it one more time. That's that one's still wet too. I'll hold this. Well, I'm just going to wait to turn that one till I'm ready for it. Now this one, I'm going to put, so wait, what did we do? Oh my goodness. So we've got the XOXO, I Heart Us, and Love. Okay, so this one, I'm going to put U, so just the letter U, and I'm going to put it on the side, and then a plus sign. And if you want these, if you want the white, it's kind of showing through with the red because I'm trying not to get it too thick so it can kind of dry faster. So if you wanted to, what am I going to say? Oh, if you need to, you can go back and put another coat so that the white is more white. Good grief, this is so messy, you guys might not even come back and watch again. It's a cute idea, give me that. I think this is... It'll be cute. And I think it's fun to have a few things just that are small that you can decorate seasonally. They don't take up so much space to, to store. Some people don't have that much space to decorate, with something extra, and to swap out things seasonally, you got to have space for that to put the things away as well. So, it makes it kind of difficult to just have tons and tons of stuff. When we moved here where we live now, I decided I was not going to have any more Christmas stuff than would fit in one closet. Where we lived in Minnesota, once we got ready to move, there were I don't know, I had several totes of stuff for Christmas. And it was just so much. And there's only so much you can use each year. And I just decided I was not going to do that again. Some of these are going to be actually repeats of the letters. So, if you wanted to, if you wanted to figure out which ones you didn't need again, you could do that. But I just thought it would be easier to just have all of them, right where you, all 4 of them to where they had your little saying or word. Okay, that's all I'm going to do on this one today. So we've got our love. Somehow I've even got them twisted around. I'll use this one. Oh, I got that messed up. I stuck my finger in it just now. So we've got love, and we've got the XO. Yep, I got white on the corner of that. You can see as I'm turning them over, I'm getting paint over here because they're not all dry. So anyway, we've got love, L-O-V-E, XOXO, I, heart, us, and you plus me. It'd also be fun to make 4 of them. You could turn them. Now remember, we've only done 4, so you actually have 2 other sides. You could put 4 little hearts if you wanted to. Now you've got these other 2. You could make where you've got these to where it says love. You could put, hearts on both ends. Now come back tomorrow at 10 o'clock again, Central Time, and I have a cute idea to make this something that would actually be kind of a little a memory display as well, with these 2 extra blocks. This all came in the one set from Hobby Lobby, so with 6 blocks, and I think I'm only going to work maybe on 1, but I'm going to find some pictures and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that, and I think it'll be a cute little project. But anyway, like I said, you could paint these yourself. You could go ahead and let me switch back here. You could paint these yourself. You could go ahead and use letters on them. Stickers is a really popular kind of letter. They're kind of dimensional. You can find them in the scrapbook areas of your stores. You could stencil them on. The letter stencils are easy to find. And so, there's a number of ways that you can go about doing this. In fact, I should have done stencils. It would have been neater, but I just thought I wanted to show you, like I said, something that you could make without having a lot of extra things. So basically, some wooden blocks, a couple of colors of paint, and paintbrush, and you're good to go for just this project. So I wanted to show you what I had done then later in the day. And I did go ahead and I cut some stencils out with my Cricut. And then I just went ahead and painted these white. So there you go. There's those. And then they weren't really crisp and clear, and the paint kind of bled under the edges. And so then what I did was I just went ahead and I used a black marker. This is one of my favorite pens. It's called a Uniball Vision, and it's a fine point, and it's waterproof and fade proof. So after you go ahead and let it dry, it's on there for good pretty much. So then I went and I found some stickers. And so I found these, and they look like they're about 1-inch stickers. And remember, the blocks were 1.5 inches. So 1 inch worked really well. And so I just stuck those on there, and I like them. So let me show you one little trick. If you don't know this about stickers, you may and you may not. So when you've got something that's got adhesive on it already, and I mean, this could be like double-sided tape or whatever you're using. If you will put just a tiny bit of glue, some kind of wet adhesive under it, and I can't even get this one. If you would just, oh, that's because both of the X's are gone. I was going to use an O. Okay, no wonder. So if you will just put a little bit of glue on here, and then I just rubbed it around with my finger to make sure that it was completely covering. And so it had some, wet adhesive all on it, and then just stick it on. What this does is it will give you just a tiny bit more time for wiggle room. And so, in fact, one of the X's I had to where, I wanted these to where like you could turn them and all the words would, be the same, the little phrase. And so this X, I had it completely a different direction. So I was actually able to lift it off and turn it and put it back on. So, and I'll show you. You can actually it'll come clear off. Why can't now? You can lift it up. See, it'll still come off. If it was a sticker, sometimes that wouldn't come off at this point. If it's very, good adhesive. And things like red line tape and things like that. When they stick, they're stuck. So you can put this on like this. Hey, Hannah. And then just go ahead and wipe off the excess glue and put it down. So you can just stick it down. And another reason I wanted to use the adhesive was the blocks are kind of a little bit uneven, and I wasn't sure how the stickers were going to, stay on there. And if I wanted to, I could take that same little black pin and go around these, but I don't think I'm going to. I like it like that. And so I just wanted to show you that, and I like the stickers better than this. And I certainly like it all better than, what happened this morning. So, but you gotta try stuff to make it happen, right? So that's all that I had for now. And like I said, come back tomorrow. I'll be back on at 10 tomorrow Central, and I'm going to show you a quick little trick of how to use this and one or two of these other little blocks that we had in that set, and use it kind of as a little memory display as well. So I will see you tomorrow, and you guys have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye. Okay, so here are our blocks from yesterday, and if you remember, my set that I had from the package that I bought had 6 blocks, and so all I was using were the 4 to make these little phrases. And so as you turn them over, there's little different sayings, and you can go back. It's in 2 different videos. One was basically something along the lines of a Pinterest fail when I started out. I started out by using a paintbrush to paint my letters, and that didn't go very well. And then I later thought, you could use a paint pen. If you used a paint pen, it would be more like just writing the letters, and you might have better luck doing that. But then I went and I made a stencil. You can buy stencils. So these blocks are about 1.5 inch blocks, and they are, 1.5 inch blocks, and the letters are 1 inch. So that's what I did for the stencil, and I think 1 inch stencils are fairly easy to find. But then I found these stickers, and so with the stickers, if you use a bit of liquid adhesive on the back while you put them on, it'll give you a little bit more wiggle room, and that was one of the tips that I gave you yesterday in the second video. And so then just, you know, press them on, get them where you want them, and then just wipe the adhesive off. Make sure you're using something that's going to dry clear, and you can just wipe them off. Well, look who's here. Here is my daughter Jennifer, and she says happy birthday. Yes, this is my birthday, and I'm officially old today. Even the government says so. So anyway, that's that. So today, this is what we did, or this is what I did. I printed these pictures. I selected some pictures, and I put them in the Project Life app. In Project Life, there are a number of different sizes that you can select to put your photos in, and one of them is a 4x6. And you can get the Project Life app for both Apple and Android products. So no matter what you've got, you know, you're going to be good to go. So I'm just going to cut these apart, and I'm just going to stick them on here. So I'm just going to do a couple here and just show you. I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing. So I'm just going to snip these off. You could use a paper trimmer. You can use scissors, whatever you've got. Just make it easy. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. And no, I'm not. Interesting. Well, we'll fix that problem. There's always a plan B. Why am I always on plan B is what I'd like to know. So I'm just going to dab a bit of that on and put it on. And kind of get it towards the edges so your edges don't lift up. And I'm just going to do the other one as long as I've got my finger all sticky. Hey Kim, thanks for joining us. So just kind of rub it around. Don't get it on too thick. You don't want it to ooze out everywhere. Now actually, and I just realized this, these are going to be 2-inch squares, so they're actually bigger than my blocks. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, I needed to have made these a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I'm going to stick that on there. Back to the drawing board. Why didn't I think of that? That's pretty funny. And that one's just going to be way too big. We're going to have our whole selves off of that. I'm going to cut this one out instead because it's much smaller. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab my paper trimmer here, and I'm just going to trim this one to the right size to start with. Ta-da! Now I've got the right size. Magical! Pure magic! And just, you know, put that on there and just press it down good. Actually, for a 1.5-inch block, I would do it a tiny bit smaller. And I'm going to take this one off. And what other pictures did I have? I don't want to put that gluey one on. Maybe I'll just do this one. So maybe just a smidge smaller than 1.5 inches. And then you'll be good. Oops, I got that one really crooked. Hang on. I don't even know how I can make a thing crooked even on a paper trimmer. That's because I am so talented, you guys. Okay. Yes, this is almost done, Joan. So if you want to use your 2 extra blocks, then you can just have a little photo on both ends. And there you have it. Then you can put, you know, there's 6 sides on a block. You could put up to 6 pictures and turn around every day if you wanted to. So there you go. And that is all that it takes to have a little bit of a memory display. And I will, let me see, let me change this back. So that's it. That's all. That was a quick finish up for that project. So I hope you decide to make something like that and enjoy it. And then you've got something really cute to set around for the holidays. It doesn't take much space to display and certainly doesn't take much space to put away later. Thanks for joining me, and let me know if you think you're gonna make something like this too.